Travis Hunter is about to do something in the NFL that's not supposed to be able to be done. Play both ways at a high level and somehow find a way to find value to a top 2 overall pick. But I think if anyone can do it, it has to be one of the most decorated players in college football history. Heisman Trophy winner. I can go list on for other things that he's won and accolades and Colorado records, obviously retired Heisman, all those amazing things that we've seen from Travis Hunter. And it really feels like, and one of the things why I've been intrigued with covering him so much, seems like he's hungry every single day. Seems like he's coming and attacking at the Jaguars facilities now at mandatory minicamp and really wanting to get after and being excited and obviously dancing and being very boisterous and in the way that he does and the unique style that he does. And he's really not letting anybody change him, and specifically not the NFL. I think they're going to be quite upset as some people try to bottleneck Travis Hunter when it seems like the Jaguars just wanted to be the great. Hey, I have to appreciate y'all. We're going to get into this. We're going to review some of the minicamp videos, but my Wi-Fi went out. My power went out. I've been having struggles. So this will have no edits. It's not going to look like a normal video. I hope it looks good. I have a decent enough camera, but I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. And next video will be fixed up, but I just got to get in here, get out. Let's stop the yapping. Let's get right into it. No cuts, one take tings. So as I've been playing back here, some of the highlights for Travis Hunter. Now, I do want to talk about, just to finish, I'm going to let this video play out as well. I want to talk about the fact that he's coming out on the first day of OTAs. Now, 3-day, OTAs, 3-day minicamp, right? First day he's coming out with a white jersey. Now, you remember with rookie minicamp, he came out in the blue jersey. I believe even at the start of OTAs, he came out blue. Then he switched up a little bit. But this time he's coming into the offense or coming on the defensive side. So I think that, we can sit here and argue about who and what and who, what it really means to be at this level, right? What it really mean? What I mean by that, preseason, I should say, right? What does it mean to really be at this stage of preseason? No pads on doesn't really mean anything. I think it means something. I think the energy that he's showing, I think the fact that every single person who comments on him has to say that, hey, the energy's up there, it's a joy to be around. I think that means something. So I get that. It might not be a big deal because the pads aren't on, but this is sending a message to the league. And more importantly, it's sending a message to the team and to Travis Hunter, which I think is the most important thing, is that, hey, look, we're not just going to blow smoke up your ass, right? We're not just going to say, hey, we're going to let you play both ways and then not let you play both ways. No, we're going to, it seems like pretty strategic. Hey, boom, boom, boom. And, it doesn't ever feel like he's a defensive back playing wide receiver or a wide receiver playing defensive back. From the things that I've seen in the clips that we've seen, he's very, very locked into the situation. We'll go ahead and we got to watch this one separately. See, one of the disadvantages. By the way, while I do this, I'm on my iPhone Wi-Fi, my hotbox, or what's it called? Not hotbox, hotspot. Hotbox is something else. Don't be looking for them hotboxes. I'm on a hot spot. So I don't know how everything's rolling, but just so we can get in here and check it out. But yeah, no, I think that it needs to be talked about, right? I think you can clearly and easily, no matter how high level of a draft pick you are, I know number 2 overall for Travis Hunter. I think it's easy to say, hey, we're going to do all that. And then, maybe we slow roll it. Maybe maybe year 2, you know what I'm saying? And if you ask me, I think they should wait till year 2, but that's a whole nother conversation for another day. What they're doing is saying, look, Travis Hunter wants to do this. We don't, and I know, they made fun of the GM because he was like a kid and he was saying all this stuff, but, being able to embrace that, I think is important. Being able to embrace and say, if we're going to take this risk, right? If we're going to lose draft capital, to get this person who we are hoping, come on, man, you gotta catch them all. Touch your hand now. Who we're hoping can be a top level at 2 different positions, 2 premium positions in the National Football League. We're gonna have to show him how confident we are in him and confident in his vision. So right now the vision is playing both ways, and he's looking pretty decent with the white jersey on. I do have to say he's looking smooth. He looks very comfortable back there. So before we get into a few more clips, we got some clips actually around the NFL, because it seems like the Packers are trying to wheel out a fake Travis Hunter. But we do have a few things from Liam Cohen after that, as well as new head coach. We're going to read this article that kind of just talks about the first day of Travis Hunter and the situation that he had at training camp. And we're also going to, give you a little sneak peek because the Sharks out there. The Sharks out there, I've been shooting you the highlights as we can, but no one does it better than the CU auntie. So they're keeping us update. There's Cam getting it done as well in Jaguars minicamp. Remember, BJ Green is there too. And then again, after we watch these videos and this article, we're going to talk about Travis Hunter and his relationship with Deion Sanders, because there's been some trade conversations that have popped up. But let's start right here with former and now teammate Travis Hunter. He's going to speak on the energy that he brings and kind of what it feels like to rejoin him on the Jaguars.
He's very energetic, man. He's very shifty, and when he gets the ball, he can go. So I mean, he's a very special talent. It's just holding those things in, especially on the defensive end, just understanding what we like to do and the different techniques. But he has the aptitude to understand how to do it on offense and defense, and I believe he can get it done.
Absolutely. The aptitude, I think that's important. And then this is what Jags coach has to say as well.
It's a little bit different. I mean, obviously, this hasn't happened. So we're like a test case, you could say. But eventually, I mean, I think it'll even out a little bit more. Right now, offense has had him a little bit more than we've had him. But the time we have had with him, he's been able to. If we had to go play a game, I think we could put him in the game, and I think we might like what we see.
Yeah, he just naturally gets it.
Yeah. I mean, he is. I mean, there's something to be said for a guy to go up and track a ball, make a play on the ball, a contested catch or a contested play like he did the other day. There's something to be said for that.
And obviously, we know the contested catch that's being talked about, the catch or non-catch. I know we got people who are sticklers, but the play heard around the world where seemingly, I know this wasn't his first day playing defensive back, but the first highlight we've seen of Travis Hunter playing defensive back as a Jag happens to be him doing something absolutely like marvelous, and it's something that we've seen him do at the collegiate level for a long time. I want to speak on that. I want to speak on the idea that, look, because I think we're going to get deeper into the conversation of why people look at him as a more of an anomaly, right? I don't think that it comes down to just, hey, you can't do it, you can't X, Y, Z, even physically. I think mentally that's where it comes with. And how do we strategize on allowing someone to both be the top level wide receiver? And we've talked about this ad nauseum with Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is and needs to put more work into becoming a more defined route runner. That doesn't mean he can't run routes. That means he's not great. But when you get to the National Football League, again, you're playing against National Football League corners, and vice versa. When you get to the National Football League, you're going against National Football League wide receivers. So the level of intelligence, the level of versatility, the dynamics of different wide receivers that you're probably not going to see. Maybe in the Big 12 you only win against this, Pac-12 you only win against this. Well, in the NFL you're gonna get everything, right? They're gonna try to force you against the tight end somehow. So there's some offensive coordinators going to try to force with some weird motion. Like, you're going to be put in some peculiar situations. So the fact that an NFL coach says, with all that being said, and kind of like I alluded to, right, even though he's primarily seemingly on offense and now he's starting to get some more defense to play, hey, I'm letting him out there. I'm going to let him play. I think that is more than a stamp of approval. I think that's larger than that. I think that's larger than life. I think that's really great. And I think, again, it speaks to the work, the energy, the things that he has been putting into and pouring into his craft. So it's great stuff to see, man. And then again, alluding to, what's going on with the change and kind of how things go on. I like to hear that he's kind of keeping things even keel, whether it be making those major impressions. So let's get into this article that's going to summarize some of the things that have been said about Travis Hunter's first day out there with the Jags, official mandatory day. And Liam Cohen has said on Travis Hunter's two-way ability during OTAs and minicamp that he's in a very good physical shape. Cohen says that the team has had good attendance during the offseason workouts, and then we'll hop right into it. So when the Jacksonville Jaguars drafted Travis Hunter, general manager James Gladstone said the two-way star would start his onboarding process on offense and play cornerback as the offseason progressed. That moment has come. During the first day of mandatory minicamp, Hunter exclusively played cornerback. So that's interesting because, not to cut it off, but when we were looking at the OTAs, you saw that he was playing, even in that crazy play, he was playing defense, but he would like switch over maybe at some team periods and stuff like that. So it's interesting to know that, hey, first mandatory one, you're going to be doing that. It's going to be interesting to see, whether it's the regular practices or just in minicamp, how that is kind of split up. Are you just going to be like that kid from Minnesota with the half jersey? Man, I'm so mad I can't edit this video. I would put the thing right here. Anyway, maybe something like that. I think that'd be fresh, or maybe like a gray like he did in Colorado. I think that would be cool. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how do you split practices? Do you just split days? It's not a full practice schedule when you get in season. I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not a football player. Or sorry, rather Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think it's a 3-day unless you do that. Again, not an NFL. I'm not sure if you could tell. Not an NFL player. This thing, not one diamond in here, dog. But during the first day of mandatory minicamp, Hunter exclusively played cornerback. That's what we saw. As Frank Ragel, the team's official announcer, pointed out, this was the first time the local media got a taste of the 2024 Heisman Trophy winner on defense with the Jags, and they were ready. Those were all the different clips they had. So that's interesting to see that, because that clip that was pointed out, that was a Jags clip. That wasn't a media clip. So, interesting to point out. Hunter played both ways at Colorado and made it clear that he wouldn't go to a team that would limit him to one side of the ball. Fortunately, he landed with the Jaguars, and they had a plan in place that will allow him to play corner and receiver. Whether he does it full-time remains to be seen, but he's flashed on both sides of the ball. And it says one key factor has helped Travis Hunter make the transition with the Jaguars. Head coach Liam Cohen, with the press corps after day one of mandatory minicamp, said that Travis Hunter has shown progress both physically and mentally. Very important, learning two positions at the highest level. You're learning things that you've never learned, even if you've played at the highest level of college. There's just what's that word? Intricacies that you're not going to be able to know until you get into the NFL. You don't know what you don't know until you know it. Until you know you don't know it. Yeah, I think both physically and mentally, there's been some growth. I saw some muscles coming out of his arm. XYZ. No, he probably said that in jest. No, he's done a great job. Cohen was asked how Hunter is doing, and like I said, in the weight room with the conditioning, he's doing multiple meetings a day. I'd have to go back and watch the tape to see how he actually performed. Cohen continued, but on defense as a DB, usually if they're not calling your name, it's typically a good thing. So I have to go back and watch, but I think he's done a nice job in terms of communicating with the guys. He has a little bit of a benefit in knowing some of our plays. Oh, wow. Okay. In some ways, but I don't think that's made any changes. Obviously, he's talking about on the other side. Sorry, I was like, wait, does he know the defensive scheme? But no, he's talking about he knows the offense. But I know that one. I know what route's coming. Like, you can't just do that. And here is Liam Cohen, him actually speaking on it. I was looking for the full interview here, but I couldn't find it.
Legs start to go, the mind starts to go, and you don't really see that all that often with him. He just keeps going, and so that's been exciting to see, and he's gonna have to lean into that as he goes here, and the reps start to go up, and he starts to play maybe offense and defense on the same day, which will occur in training camp. So, it's definitely a little bit surprising because you haven't seen it too much.
Okay, so first off, you love to see and you love to hear the confidence, but then on top of that, kind of like we were alluding to, what the plan is, what's it going to look like, X, Y, Z. Well, there you go. There will be times where he plays both offense and defense on the same day, on those training camp days, on those long days. I know they don't technically do two-a-days, I don't think, like real two-a-days, but still long practices, lots of fun to be had there. Again, a lot for him to do. It's great to see that. Even from that perspective, he's still kind of looked at as a guy who's going to be able to get it done. Oh, sorry. I was saving this for a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? Got to get him ready. Got to get him going. But yeah, man, I do want to end with one thing. I'm not going to drag this. This is going to be a separate video. First off, again, just to say, hey, shout out to Cam and shout out to the CU aunties. Y'all are some of the best ladies in the nation. Y'all do it bigger than you ever seen it. Don't get it misconstrued. The love can be felt throughout. Now, this was reported. Colorado football coach Deion Sanders has been ill and away from the team recently. A source confirmed CFB Heather on Tuesday. I do want to talk about this. Obviously, Travis Hunter, Deion Sanders, very close relationship. We talk about Deion all the time. I haven't been talking about college football as much because they're not really doing much. They're kiddos, so they do have to have actual breaks. They are still 18 to 20 whatever year olds, so they're in like workouts unless y'all want me to report on them running, which I can do. Nothing really has happened in the transfer portal. Sadly, I did see this, but apparently, just to be transparent, because I follow a lot of Colorado people. And they actually reminded me, this was something that was reported a while ago from their camp, something that, Deion actually said on a podcast that, hey, he wasn't feeling too hot, taking some time away. So from what Deion Sanders Jr., what Bucky has said, this is going to be something that Deion's going to come out and, obviously address. And he seemingly is on the better half of it, right? So he's on the other half, getting better, resting up, all that things. But, the way that it's been reported is almost like, oh, it's some crazy health issue that nobody knows. It's not that. I think it's more so the media is just getting to it, and the ESPNs of the world are just now reporting it. So I just, to all my, Deion Sanders lovers, Colorado lovers, please don't fret, because I was even like, wait, whoa, I thought it was something else. But no, it was the same thing that he kind of alluded to, I think, a month or some weeks back. Again, y'all let me know. I have some great intel grabbers in the comments. They always get me right, so they'll let me know the particulars. But regardless, just keep a prayer for Deion. Obviously, Coach Prime, however you see him. I know some of y'all be yelling at me when I call Deion Sanders. He's been Deion Sanders since I was a little kid, and so I'm sorry. Celebrities get called their name. I'm from the South. I still say yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. But a Deion Sanders is like a what's it called? How do I say? He's like a character, right? It's like Daffy Duck, right? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to. You get what I'm saying? I call him his name because he's a big famous person, not because I'm disrespecting him. But Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Mr. Prime, Mr. Dr. Coach Prime, however you see it, please send prayers. And obviously, we saw, actually, since we got time, and I'm gonna do a separate video on this. Y'all saw Mary Kay Cabot. We got a little bit of time. I don't want to stretch this. I'm not editing this, but Mary Kay Cabot tried to get some nastiness out. I'm so mad I can't edit this video. We're gonna do it. Don't worry. When I get my Wi-Fi back, we'll actually do it. We'll do it. We'll do the whole thing, XYZ. But for right now, this is what Mary Kay Cabot tried to pull.
I say spiritual.
Or sorry. Here we go. Here's Mary Kay.
Your dad mentioned on a recent podcast that he's still kind of going through his health challenge. And that he's
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So I'm here not to talk about Pops and them.
Yeah.
I'm here for the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, my question was, though, if you don't mind answering this, do you kind of have to, just like you said, be where your feet are and not? I'm sure that's something that would be a worry to you if you let yourself kind of think about it here. So is that something that you're trying to just?
I'm
deal with?
focused. I'm focused on learning this playbook and everything I got to do to be the most successful quarterback I could be and be the best teammate I could be. Outside of that, I don't really have no thoughts or really opinions on.
Hey, come on now. Come on now. This is the dude they tried to say he was doing. Whatever. We'll get into the actual video. But you see that he handled it like he needed to handle it. You was trying to get him on some whatever, on some, oh, you get all emotional. Hey, I'm a quarterback. I'm here trying to play quarterback. I don't know why you're trying to do that. So for all y'all who try to blame Deion Sanders for being in Deion Sanders' life, there's the Browns media reporting something that's technically old on the first day of mandatory minicamp. The first time Shador has been in front of media, I think in weeks for the Browns, asking him about his dad. So don't stop it, dog. Y'all stop blaming Shador. Stop blaming Deion. I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to get out of here. I cannot thank y'all enough for watching this video. Sorry, again, it's not edited. I don't even know what time it's going to go up because I'm doing this on a hot spot. Y'all might even get this to 1 a.m. It's going to randomly drop. Y'all going to be like, what's happening? But I cannot thank y'all enough. Thank you again for 25K. I know I said it in my other video, my Shador Sanders video. Yo, I cannot thank y'all enough, especially you specifically. You did the best. You're just so phenomenal. I tell you you're great every time. You stay here, and when I tell you you're great, and you continue to be great because you don't care about this yapping dude. But for real, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. 86% of y'all aren't subscribed. Go ahead and do that. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't like it. Hit the bell icon to stay locked into all sorts of foosball content. Comment down below if there's any sort of content or things you want to see. Continue to be great on the path to 50K. Yeah, man.